Detoxes.
Hey everybody, it's Dr. Smith from Accomplished Health and Wellness and Heather Fiore from Free State Nutrition, and we do have some younger people roaming around that you might see pop
here
in the background, so don't be frightened. And we are today, we have chai tea today.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's kind of warm and it's kind of a hot day. I don't know if this is but it tastes good, so.
It's not good yet. Definitely hot.
A little hot. Woo! Okay. So, now that we get over the burn on our tongue, we're going to move on to cleanses, right?
Yes.
Cleanses are funny.
Do you get a lot of people that are taking them or admit to
do them? Yeah, they do them. Do them? Do they take them or do them? Yeah. And sometimes I'm like, I ask them what cleanse they're doing, and then sometimes I just blow by it. But we should talk about it because it's an interesting topic. So cleanses. What do you think about cleanses? What's the purpose of them?
Well, it's a good question, really, because like why? That's like a whole other thing. It's like why
would you do it, right? Yes, because my thought is, number one, if you need to do a cleanse, maybe you should think about your diet, like and what you're putting in your body.
Like think about it in a normal sense of like, oh, I need to healthify my diet, or however you think about it. Like maybe stop some of the stuff that's making you feel bad,
right,
and increase some healthier stuff into your diet so that you feel better,
so that you're not having to cleanse. But then also your liver and your kidneys, that's their job. They clean the stuff out for us.
Yes.
Our skin, we sweat it out, and our gut, we get it out. I mean, but really our liver and our kidneys, that's what they do. That's their job. That's their role.
Right. And if it's not happening, you're going to be very sick.
Right.
Like you'll go to the hospital.
You're going to know.
Yeah.
Because you're going to need some dialysis.
Yeah.
And you're going to need some ascites removed from your belly because your liver isn't doing its job.
Yeah, it's going to be
So really, when you're doing these cleanses, right, then you're just putting a strain on your body, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, what it often looks like, and there's really a variety of things that are in this category of like cleanses and detoxes, right? Because it's not really like a regulated, defined thing. It's just like we could call tea a detox, right?
Sure, it's got some antioxidants in it.
So
makes you go to the bathroom.
It's really a huge range of things. And I also should credit my student. Yes, I have a student, Emily Winokur, who put together some information.
She did a good job
for us today.
Yeah.
So it's very thorough.
We're going to use her work today, and so what is the purpose?
Right.
Of these detoxes?
The purpose being, to like remove toxins from your body. Right. Like we said, our bodies already do that, but that's what the idea is. Right. And a lot of times people use it as a form of weight loss, and sometimes as a way to like jumpstart weight loss, right? People think like, oh, I just need a way to like get going. And like by eliminating almost everything from your diet.
But a lot of times you eliminate nutrients and vitamins, but then big thing is water.
Right. Entire food groups. I mean, you're eliminating so many things. Sometimes it's only like juice for days. So obviously there's no protein.
Which is not how we're supposed to survive.
I don't know how people function. They must be super cranky. I don't know.
I'm like cranky when I changed my diet. So once
one meal, or a snack.
Yeah. Hangry. That
doesn't take long.
Like the beast comes out. So I don't know how somebody would so once I tried Slim Fast. Have you ever tried that? So it's pretty like thick and chocolatey. That's the one I did. Let's just say that didn't work for me because I was pretty hangry. It did not.
Breakfast shake for lunch.
No, that was not working for me. No. I needed some food. Yeah. So anyways, back to the purpose. We're cleaning our bodies out, right?
Right.
So, and restricting and jump-starting our diet.
I think that's the idea.
Is that pretty much?
People are like, I've been on this sort of, sort of binge, if you will, of, unhealthy eating. Maybe they were on vacation, or maybe they're going on vacation, who knows? But they decide, like, I need to, like, really do something drastic in order to make a change. And then, like, they know it's not going to be forever, but I think they just have this idea of, like, oh, let me do this for a short time, and then I'll do the healthy diet after that. And it obviously does not set you up.
They should just start the healthy diet.
Yes.
Yeah, because, by the end of your cleanse, you're starving and weak. Yeah. But so what are some types of them?
Right. And there's this is a huge industry, right? It's all part of the diet industry, which is billions of dollars. And so there's lots of companies that sell these things as detoxes or cleanses. And some of the ones you may have heard of would be like Isogenics, right? It
juice
works.
Cleanses.
Juice cleanses. Derbs. I don't know.
I don't know that one.
Blueprint cleanses.
Isogenics, I've heard that a lot, actually.
Right, and some people really just take those shakes and
they have like a whole big plan.
Yes.
And again, I had somebody that I knew that was doing the Isogenics, right, in the morning, and the shake was pretty good. And I would watch this person, and then I would just watch them to see when they got hungry. It was like an hour later. They're like hungry. So
right. How long are you going to get full on that?
Yeah, not very long. Anyways.
Right. So that's kind of what it's about. And there's ways to do it yourself. And then there's lots of products that you can buy, shakes and juices. And
makes these companies lots of money.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. It's a whole thing.
Hey, Shauna. How's everything there? Haven't seen you in a while. Okay, sorry, back to our cleanses. So what are our concerns with these cleanses?
Right. Well, I'll tell you my concerns, but I'm interested to know what your concerns are too. But from my perspective, it's it's very restrictive. It could possibly go on for several days, and if it's just juice, then how are you supposed
diarrhea?
Yeah, I mean that's the cleansing part. There you go.
Clear
like it's working.
Right. It's just diarrhea because you're just taking liquids.
Yeah. But that's the idea is,
but then also
happening, and you're missing out on protein,
right? And minerals and vitamins. But also when you do juice, so your sugar, you cannot maintain your sugar levels. So they're just constantly spiking. You're making your pancreas work overtime because you're constantly spiking these blood sugars.
Right.
You cannot feel good on that.
No. I mean, then it's dropping too, right? It spikes in the
up, down. It's like the sugar roller coaster. Yeah. Yeah. You cannot possibly. And then you're just hungry. Your gut, unless you're sick, is not made for just a liquid diet.
Right.
Do you know the only time we put people on liquid diet is when they're in the hospital with gut infections, right?
Right. When you purposely need to give your gut a rest. This is the only time.
Otherwise, your body's made to eat solid food.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're just giving now you have to reintroduce food, and your gut is probably going to be like, whoa, I forget how to do this. Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Yeah. No. So we got the dehydration.
Right, there's cramping.
Oh, cramping, yeah. Muscle cramps from the electrolyte imbalance.
Yes.
From the dehydration. Fatigue, major fatigue, right? Because you're not eating properly and you're going up and down. Hey, Gail. Welcome. And then headaches, hangriness.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Because
and diarrhea.
Right.
Because you're liquid.
Yes.
Not good.
Right. And so another concern being that this is not, it doesn't have any scientific basis. Like, as we said before, your body already takes care of these things, and you're just really messing around with your body for no solid reason.
And the thing is, you're wanting to do something good because you're detoxing, right?
Right.
You're recognizing that you may not have been eating well, you may not have been doing the right things, and you want to get that out of your system. But when you're getting that out of your system, you're putting other organs, you're making them work harder. Your gut isn't used to a liquid diet, so everything's just going to go right through. You're doing the, what was I going to say? See, I'm hangry right now. I'm getting the headache. I didn't eat lunch yet. So I'm getting the headache and my thoughts aren't but no, the pancreas, you're overtime working your pancreas because you're like insulin now I need some, because it's just tons of juice, right? And it's just pure sugar. And your brain's like, whoa, too much. And you're, now like you got so much, your liver is having to actually work because it's got to put that extra sugar other places, it's like, and you're got liquid. So, you're going to be urinating too. I mean, it's just not a good idea.
It's frustrating, right? Because like people clearly have good intentions. They're like, I want to take a proactive step to like improve my health. And then you've got all these companies and then
that are saying, here, do it.
And these celebrities that, right?
Don't even get me started.
That's how the companies sell
There
their
is
stuff.
one in particular that just drives me nuts. Won't mention her name, but it is her.
Just might know who you're talking about there.
Yeah. Oh, she drives me nuts. But I do hate that
really
because
preying on people's, emotions and misinformation.
And the problem is that they have no medical knowledge. They're just using their stature.
Right. And they throw out some biological sounding words to make it sound good.
So you'll buy it.
And then you're like, well, I trust her because I've seen her in movies and she's saying the stuff.
And she's not sitting at home with diarrhea, I'm telling you. She's sitting at home eating real food and working with her trainer.
Yes. And her personal chef.
Yeah, she didn't make the food. So.
Right. So it's really hard not to buy into those things, but it's important because they're not doing you any favors. They're just trying to make money.
Yeah.
So,
and the other thing is that did you say this, that none of these are FDA? They're like,
no, but
these supplements and stuff that you get, there's no regulation to them by the FDA. So you really don't know what you're getting. So one of those little capsules or one of your like isogenics mixes, it might have this in it, but then the next one has half of that or none, whatever.
Or some other stuff.
You just don't even know because there's no regulation on it. And there's lots of stuff out there about, there was one recently on probiotics actually that they tested like, I think it was 5 different brands of probiotics and none of them had probiotics in them.
Oh man.
None. Yeah. And they're like being sold at Walmart and everywhere, all the pharmacies, and they're big brands. You can Google it and look for them, but they didn't have what it said they had. And that's the problem with these. There's no FDA regulation with these. And there's no scientific data behind it. And yes, you lose weight, but when you start eating, you gain it all back because it was water weight.
It's mostly water weight.
Yeah.
Right. Or maybe some muscle mass if you're.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You got to gain that back. Yeah, you're fatigued. What else were we?
So I think we made it pretty clear that it's certainly not necessary. There are lots of like toxins that we're exposed to
all the time.
So we're not denying the fact that there's
some in this chai tea.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
And the air, everywhere, right?
It's Lipton, not that Lipton tea puts, but there's other things in there, I'm sure, in that little capsule, but
right.
There's pollution.
Right. It's everywhere.
There's pesticides. Remember, we did the clean 15 and the dirty dozen, and some of us are eating that dirty dozen, and so there's pesticides. There's
our
off right now. How much off are you using all the time?
Right, and your cosmetics and all your
our makeup,
cleaning products. Everything has chemicals in it.
Yeah,
and some of them are not good.
Right,
but our bodies take care of those things.
Yes.
So there's nothing saying that this cleanse or this detox, just because you use that word, is doing anything remotely beneficial for your body. So I think that's important to know.
I agree.
There is the potential for placebo effect where people feel great, at least for a little while.
It's called a sugar high.
Right. Maybe it's the sugar high. Maybe it's the lack of all the garbage that they were eating.
Right.
Maybe they were, sometimes it's really people like who've been, whether it's on vacation or whatever, they're drinking a lot of alcohol.
Oh,
and that's
just
part of their like
out.
Detox idea. Like,
your liver was already doing that.
Right. But then you stop doing all that other stuff. You stop eating all the cookies or processed food, whatever it was. and you do feel better, at least for a time, until your body realizes like, okay, now I need some real food. Like, that was nice, but yeah. So so there is that. So people do start to feel better. And they think, well, it's obviously doing something good because I feel good.
Right.
I never felt better, all that stuff. But that's probably why. It's probably in part because you feel like you're doing something good for yourself, and that would be the placebo effect.
Yes.
And then there's the lack of all the things that you were doing that maybe weren't so healthy for you.
Right.
So, yeah. So I think it's important. So, gosh, I feel like those are a lot of the points that were really important.
So what do you think instead? Like, we shouldn't be doing colon, I always call them colon cleanses. Because they're mainly functioning on the colon, but these detoxes, we shouldn't be doing them. What should we do? We should be thinking about what kind of diet changes we want to make.
Right.
Instead of like jumping into our detox, we should maybe think about what diet changes we want to make.
Right. And I always like to think of the positive, like what are the things you want to add to your diet so that you can edge out the unhealthy stuff. Yeah. So if you think like, I need more fresh fruits and vegetables, right? I need more whole foods.
Yeah.
I need more fiber. So that's whole grains and fruits and vegetables and legumes. I need more of that stuff.
I need more legumes.
Don't we all?
Yeah. I need to add some chia into my salad. I keep forgetting to fry the chia.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yes.
So more of those things.
But I bought some canola oil.
Oh, all right.
You'd be so proud of me.
Nice. Dietary change happening right here.
Hey, you know what? Actually, I found this canola oil. It's like 85% canola oil and 15% olive oil. And I thought, best of both worlds.
Perfect. Yes.
So I got that one. But don't use that for your colon cleanse.
Just
anyways,
in case you were concerned.
Yeah. But you could like cut out, like don't use, switch from the butter, which she doesn't like, over to the oil, the good healthy oils, and think like, okay, well, I'm going to add this in.
Right.
I'm going to, instead of having potato fries, I'm going to add in like, a salad. Instead.
Right. Or even like a baked potato versus French fries.
Right.
I mean, potatoes are good.
And you can do some of the healthy fats on there. She's like, not butter. So.
I mean,
but some sour cream.
Yes, sure.
Cheese. You like cheese?
I do.
Yeah, so cheese there.
Yeah, cheese.
But what we're saying is we don't need to do these.
Right. But so we want to have more, like increase the health factor of your diet by focusing on, the stuff you need more of. And almost all of us need more fruits and vegetables.
Yes.
Even vegetarians, sadly, need more fruits and vegetables. Yes, because we all eat too many carbs. Doesn't matter if you're vegetarian or not. You're eating your processed pasta.
And then what else?
And then you might, if you really don't have confidence that you have a healthy diet, then maybe take a multivitamin just to sort of like cover the bases, right? It's not a substitute for food. It's just like while you're working on getting a healthier diet, like get a multivitamin mineral supplement, just, to make you,
to add it on.
Yeah, just while you're working
what you're not getting.
Yeah, just fill in the gaps. And then also, which we've talked about a few times, and we're going to spend a whole discussion on it, is probiotics and fermented foods.
Fermented foods.
So we
kombucha.
Like kombucha, or like
pickles,
pickled vegetables,
sauerkraut, right?
Yep.
I think I'm gonna. I have a bunch of I have a lot of them. I have a bunch of asparagus, and I'm gonna pickle it.
Oh,
yeah. I'll bring it in sometime when you can. Even like watermelon rinds. Did you know that you pickle those? Yeah, I've tried it once. I didn't try pickling it, but I've physically tried them. It was pretty good. It was very good.
Yeah, I have to think about that one.
Yeah, it was. I had to think about it, but it was like, well, I'll try most things once, and it went pretty good.
Right, but if you think about like what we're talking about is gut health, right? Making sure that your gut is like
has all the stuff in it
in the best condition to take care of your health and your immune system.
In our aseptic world, we're always washing our hands and doing all the hand sanitizer. We're not putting the good stuff in our gut, unfortunately.
Right.
And that's where the probiotics come in, because you need bacteria in your gut to break down the food. Some people don't know that. So, that's actually another side effect of the cleanses. When you diarrhea out the good stuff. And what I have found, and this is not scientific, but just experience, what I have found is that it takes you a month to replenish with a probiotic. Taking a probiotic every single day, it takes you a month to replenish. And also at the end of that, because you have diarrheaed out all the good stuff, you also get a lot of bloating because you don't have the good stuff in there to break down your food when you start having food. So it's like, it's like a negative feedback. You're like, you start eating the food and then you're like, now I'm bloated. Yes. And it's not the food. Absolutely. It's the cleanse. Yes. So you just diarrheaed out all the good stuff in your gut. So now you need probiotics and you need to put the good stuff back in, or start eating dirty carrots, whatever. Just dirty carrots. I'm just kidding. Yeah. Pull them out. You know what? Once my brother, when we were little, my mom had this garden, right? And so she would put my brother at the end of the garden while she was like weeding or whatever. And so once she put him at the end of the onion patch, and before she knew it, he had eaten out of the ground, eaten like half of the onion patch. And to this day, my brother can tell if there's an onion in anything. Even if it's like diet, you can puree the onion. He knows there's an onion. He will not eat onions. He got so sick. So right out of the ground. That's a good way to get your gut bacteria there and some worms. So we don't want that. But anyways,
give it the bad there.
Yeah, right.
There are better ways.
Anyways, oh my God! Yesterday my daughter dropped her toy on the ground and then she picked it up and put it in her mouth. She's 4, and I was like, "That's a good way to get worms. Do not put that in your mouth." She's like, "Worms? Yeah, worms in your poop. Now I'm gonna have to check your poop."
Oh wow!
Because it was fire chicken poop, and I was like, "Now I'm gonna throw up." So, anyways, mom business. So, anyways, now you have gotten our recommendations on the cleanse, which is not to do it. They're not good for you. Please be healthier. We want you to be healthier. If you are having trouble with your diet, this is the woman to see. And what is your website, or how do they get a hold of you?
So go to my website, freestatenutrition.com, and right on the front page there, you can schedule a call with me. And we'll spend 30, 40 minutes talking about what you're going through, what you need help with. And I'll explain how I help people and whether I think we're a good fit to work together. I'll explain everything. I'll check into your insurance if you have insurance and you want to use it. And then we can get started if you want to go. So that's what we do.
Free State Nutrition?
freestatenutrition.com.
So that's easy. freestatenutrition.com.
Yep.
Also, you guys can ask us questions, but we're not going to, I'm here for the medical side. She's here for the nutrition side. And we're not going to give, we're not going to go into your entire history on any of these questions. They're just in general questions.
Yes.
So hopefully you guys learned something this week. And what are we going to do next week?
Right. So here's some topics.
Soy. Not a fan of the soy, but I don't want to piss the farmers off yet. What do we do? You know what we should do? We've been bashing diets and all kinds of stuff. Maybe we should talk about intuitive eating.
Okay.
Listening to our bodies.
Kind of my favorite.
Do you want to talk about that? Or do you want to do the extremes of diet? And we can bash a few more diets and then go to the intuitive eating.
First, we got to sell you on why all this stuff is no good.
Yeah.
We could do that.
Let's do extremes of dieting. Okay. I think that's important. And I think that there's a lot of people out there that do these, just like the cleanses.
Yeah.
So we can kind of talk about why they're good and bad. And then maybe by next month or the end of this month, we can do that intuitive eating. That's your favorite. Sound good? So next week, extremes of dieting. Come back on Tuesday. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. And hopefully we'll see you. Have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye, guys.